Alright, I'm recording. In three, two, one. Alright, so
Yeah.
yeah, man, like I was telling you, I'm so happy that, we have turned a new corner in our co hosting and
No,
friendship level.
no,
We've
bruh.
turned a corner. We're poo
No,
buddies. We're poo buddies now,
no,
man. Yes,
no,
yes,
we're not.
yes. Because then why would you
No,
not elaborate to my message? Why would you just say same when I say I'm hopping on? I'm sorry I had to poo. Like why didn't you just say I'm hopping on now too? The fact that you said same, clearly that means that we locked in.
no, that's
We
quick and
locked
easy. All right, yeah, cool, cool, yeah, same.
we locked
Yeah,
in, twin. It's okay. It's all right.
no,
You ain't gotta look.
it's
You ain't gotta
not.
be like that. It's okay. It's all right.
No, it's not.
We locked in, twin. It's fine.
We not locked
We
in.
locked in for real. We locked.
No,
Look, we locked in. We are locked in like some. I don't know what's the word. Man, we locked in like a padlock,
unlock me,
baby. That's how it is.
unlock me, bro.
We locked
Unlock
in.
me,
We locked in for real, for real. That's how it is.
unlock me.
No,
Let me out.
no, you're here forever.
Let
Especially
me,
because
let
you
me
best
out.
friends with my wife. We locked in forever. And
Let
now
me
I'm the
out.
best man of your fiance. Yeah, we locked in forever, dog.
Let me out.
Yes, we locked in forever. Forever ever. Forever ever.
And
Forever ever.
it was a maid of honor for your wife.
Exactly. So we locked in forever.
Literally in each other's weddings.
Exactly. We locked in forever, twin.
Damn, damn it.
You ain't never
I
getting
guess.
rid of me. Look, we was already friends in college. Now we have grown closer. It's only a matter of time before I start sending you random text messages at like 2:30 in the morning when I'm drunk.
I'm not gonna answer because I'll be clocked out by then.
It's fine.
Actually, two,
You just
three is that time when I randomly wake up. Actually,
exactly, but it's fine. Even if you is knocked out, because I'm gonna just spam your phone with a bunch of text messages. You're gonna wake up to like 45 texts one night, and it's gonna be a bunch of random stuff. None of it is gonna be like, bitch, you better answer me. Like it's all gonna be just random. Like, did you know that there's a mysterious line on our wall? I never noticed it before. It's like right next to the picture. And I'm gonna send you a picture of it. Then I'm gonna be like, I don't know, man. I think this was here before. I don't know. Maybe somebody came in
you're
and been
just
drawing on
having
our
me as an
wall,
inner monologue
having a
in the
whole
night.
conversation, a whole one-sided conversation. Then I'm gonna turn on and be like, "Hey man, I don't know why my turtle be having a weird sleep schedule. He's awake right now." I'm gonna send you a picture of Omar, and I'm gonna be like, "Why you awake, motherfucker? Like you need to be asleep." Whole time the light is
Let
on, he
the
just
turtle,
sitting there looking
let
at
the
me.
turtle live, man.
Say what?
Let the turtle live.
I do let the turtle live.
Let the
Clearly,
turtle live.
clearly, I've had him for 5 years, and I'm hoping to have him for another 10 more. Like
I think it can go another 15.
this turtle has been with me. Look, this turtle is second to my wife, the most consistent thing I've had since I've graduated college.
A turtle is such a random pet to have.
Is
But
it
you're not the only
really though?
person I've known to have a turtle.
Hold on, wait. You said what? You said what?
A turtle is a random pet to
I
have,
heard
but
that part.
you're not the only person I've known to have a turtle.
Exactly. Also, how is a turtle a random pet to have? I don't get that.
Because who the fuck randomly says I have a turtle?
I mean,
Most people are like, oh, I have a dog, I have a cat, I have a bird, I have a fish, I don't know, a fucking guinea pig, a hamster.
exactly. You hear
You said
people say all kind of
a
random shit. But I know people that have said they've had raccoons as pets.
rabbit.
So why are the turtles so odd? Like I know
And
motherfucker that
raccoon is weird.
I've seen
You should know
people
raccoon.
and it might not be in their house, but they have armadillos that be at their house just chilling.
That's weird.
It might
Then
be,
again, I knew
but you
somebody who
can't
had a ferret.
say what.
I know somebody who owned a ferret.
See, exactly my point. I know people that have had tarantulas. I never went and visited them because fuck no, you're not gonna have me up in your shit. Then all of a sudden you'd be like, oh damn, I don't know where he at. Cause then you losing a spider that night. Cause if I see it, I'm killing it. Oh no, oh no, we lost her. Oh no, no, we got her back. We're good.
I'm here. I don't know.
Oh
I don't
man.
know what happened. I'm just here.
Oh no, we lost her camera, ladies and gents.
I'm here.
She's back. She's back again. That is a great cold open. That's how we start. I think that is a good way to start our episode. You know, a little bit of chaos, a lot of fun with hashtag poo buddies.
No.
Yes, we like I said, man, we locked in, twin. We locked
And again,
in.
I would have a snake.
We like this. You would have a. You know what? I ain't gonna cap. I wanted a snake. I did because I was going to either get like a hog nose or a corn snake. Gabby immediately vetoed it. She was like, "No, absolutely not."
We just have a random snake. Just be sitting here chilling with it on my hand, just watching
Right.
TV together.
Like I
Like,
always
oh,
had
the
that
snake
like
is chilling.
exactly like I always had that mind like that mind image of me just at the house chilling, my snake just on my neck. Just we just out here just watching Steven Universe just
Right. Just me vibing with the snake.
right.
It's definitely gonna go in the cage when I'm not around, so I'm not gonna have it slither around, you know.
Exactly.
But if it's out, it's on my it's in my person.
It
It's
is
like
on
in
my
the
person.
in my shirt pocket, something.
And see that's also part of it because I wanted one of them ones that only got about yay big. Like I didn't want one of
Yeah.
them ones that was like 15 feet long at maximum. Like
Yeah.
nah, y'all got that. Y'all got people be having anacondas and talking about something. It's my baby. Shit.
The hell it is. That's a grown fucking snake.
Right.
That ain't no baby.
That is an apex predator.
And I know somebody else with a bearded dragon for a pet.
I do too. Actually, I do know somebody with a bearded dragon.
I think it's a bearded dragon.
I know hers is the bearded dragon. I want to say her. I want to say she named it Rufus.
What did she name this bearded dragon? What was the name? Oh my god. What did she name it? It's something. I think it's something, some type of a Greek god. I think she
Ooh.
named it after a Greek god, some type of Greek god.
Ares,
I'll
Hermes,
ask.
Helios,
No,
Zeus,
is
Poseidon.
it Hermes? Is it Hermes? Is it Hermes? Is it Hermes? I'll have to
Um,
ask James when he comes back
what?
because it's
Hold
his
on. Let's
cousin.
Apollo maybe.
No, it's not. Definitely not
Hephaestus.
Apollo. It
Hephaestus.
might be Hermes.
Maybe
It's
Hephaestus.
not Xerxes.
Maybe Ares.
No, not Aries.
Dang.
I want to say it might be Hermes. It might be Hermes.
It wouldn't be Athena.
I don't. We'll find out when he comes back.
Bet. 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 Oh
What
man.
is I think it might be Zeus.
It might have been what?
It might be Zeus. It might be Zeus.
Hmm. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Outside of the Greek gods, the only time I ever hear the word like the name Zeus and think of like a pet, I think of a pit bull. I think of like a pit bull with one of those like chain, like the chain leash.
'Cause if you gonna have a dog with a chain necklace on, it's gotta have a hard name, bro.
I
It's got to.
ain't gonna cap. I
Like,
wanted, like, you know, we're planning to get a dog later in the year, but like,
yeah.
for genuinely the two that I wanted, like my top two picks were a pit bull or a rot.
I've had both.
And like
I've had both.
genuinely, I
I
would
would rather
not.
pit bull all day.
And genuinely though, I would only want one of those two breeds if I got it as a puppy. Like I couldn't get it 3 or 4 years old already. Like
Yeah, no.
I need it to be a puppy, like a baby when I get it. So that way,
Yeah.
one I can train it to be the way I want it to be, and two, I can like watch it grow. I want to watch the puppy grow into a full grown dog, and also I
Right.
ain't even gonna cap. I want to be able to teach it random. I want to be able to teach it random phrases in other languages, so that way can't nobody come in and be like sit. Nah, I want to be like la vacancy and like have him sit down and everybody be like what the fuck did you just tell that dog? It's like don't worry about it.
No, honestly, cause we had a German Rottweiler.
Ooh, word.
So I learned how, yeah, it was German Rottweiler. I learned how to say sit in German, and she would.
Nice.
She didn't listen. It was female dogs don't like females, and I was the one taking care of two Rottweilers at the same time.
Ooh, that sounds rough.
Two female Rottweilers. and I was the only one taking care of him. I'm like, bro, one liked me, one didn't. I was
Dang.
like, I guess.
Hey, 50-50 though.
I guess, but that was terrible. I didn't even want fucking animals, but I'm stuck taking care of two Rottweilers. Gosh, no.
That seems to be how it is though. The people that like don't want something the most are the ones that end up with them. Like the people that like even like to the people that like they don't want kids, they're the ones that end up with like 6 kids.
Right. It's just something different about dogs, man. But yeah, back to the hard names for a dog.
Zeus. Zeus is the hard
My
name for a
dog,
dog.
my old dog, he was a pit bull. He had a chain collar. Little nigga named King.
His name was what?
King.
Okay, okay.
His name was King. But the dog that is at my parents' house now,
Yeah.
his name is Hard. His name is Harder. And I'm like, he also has a chain collar.
Mm.
But he looked like type of dog to have a fucking chain collar. He needs it.
Hey.
Cause his name. Now tell me this name ain't hard. When I first came up with the name, I said, "Yo, that's the hardest name on earth, bro."
Alright.
His name is Harlem.
Ooh, that is kind of hard.
Harlem Prince Zeus.
I ain't
That's
gonna
his name.
I ain't gonna cap. That is kind of hard. That's
I
kind of
said that's
hard.
hard. Like Harlem, and he's an all black cane corso
Ooh. Oh,
named Harlem.
not the cane Corso. That's tough.
Jet midnight black.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't imagine breaking into that house. It's all dark. All of a sudden, you just see eyes and teeth.
That's the thing. You can't see his eyes either.
Oh
His
no!
eyes are black.
All you see
You
is
can't
just
see nothing.
all you see is just
If you
teeth.
go out in the dark, like if we take him out and we had to put like he
A
has a
vest on him.
flashlight on his neck. Yeah. And there's a light on his collar. That's the
That's
only way we can see him at
crazy.
night.
That's crazy.
Or if you try to flash, like if you have your flashlight on, all you
Right.
can see is his eyes reflecting. You
Ooh,
can't see none of his body, just his eyes reflecting.
I would lose it.
He is he's he's all of like I think he just turned like 2 and he's big as shit
I believe it.
already.
I believe it.
But he's calm now. He's finally calmed down. So like I guess I'll let you sit with me if I watch TV now.
Well, that's good.
He don't jump on me no more. So I'm like, okay, I can be less scared of you.
No, that's fair. I get that. That's one of the reasons Gabby wanted a smaller breed dog is because she's like, man, them big dogs when they jump on you, they scare me. Them, especially them real big ones, can't do it.
Bro, did Gabby ever tell you the story of when she spent the night at my house?
I don't think she did. No,
Bro, it's kind of funny actually. So Gabby and her friend from college, I don't know if you remember Kayla.
vaguely.
Yeah. They had spent the night at my house because they went out or something. I was like, oh, y'all just like stay at my house for the night, just so you don't have to drive all the way back to
Right.
like one of Robin's over there. So that was back when we had the pit bull king. So Gabby and her friend were sleeping on the couch,
Okay.
and it just so happened to be the same time where my sister let the dog out to go to the bathroom. And the thing with this dog is, if there's anybody in the house, he's going to find them. Whether he didn't know they went, he didn't see them coming out, so he didn't know they went out. But he has such a keen sense. As soon as my sister opened the door upstairs, now he slept upstairs in her room, he beelined down the stairs and went directly to Gabby and jumped off. And that's how she woke up.
Oh no.
He woke her up out of her sleep by jumping at her.
Oh no.
And I was just like, he alright. She's like, she freaking out. I said, girl, he alright, he fine. He ain't even do nothing. He's on me. Girl, sit down, man. Like, I was chilling. Cause like he was a baby. He wasn't gonna do not he wasn't actually a baby, but he he was
Oh.
a big bear. He wasn't gonna do anything. You can
I'm,
tell him to leave you alone and he's gonna leave you alone.
I'm gonna have to ask for her perspective of that story because I
Please,
know
cause
she
it
gonna
was funny.
I know she gonna dramatize that. She gonna make it so
Oh yeah.
dramatic. She gonna be like, I
He
was
like
sleeping
he tried to
peacefully.
maul her. He called yeah. She ain't see shit but a gray fucking pit bull, and he wasn't doing it because he looked like a teddy bear.
Oh
He
man.
wasn't gonna do nothing to nobody. He was a sweetheart.
Uh,
I miss him to this day.
oh. Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny. That's funny.
it's
Mm-mm.
very funny. It's funny hearing her tell it too. So
Oh, that's gonna be
definitely get
great.
that story if you can.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Huh. But with that, welcome to the Drunk Texting Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. The podcast where we have some drink, talk some myth, and help you get through your thirsty Thursdays as only we can. Hope you all have had a great last 2 weeks since our last episode. I am one half of your co-hosting team, JB, always the man with the plan, the man of many names, aka Mr. Jack Miles, aka Tunes, aka Mr. Laugh 'em out them draws. Um, and I am joined, as always, by my co hostess with the mostest, the woman of many names, as of recent. Last episode, we had probably the worst of them, of the three so far. I say
No,
worst.
I
I
got
say
I
worst.
got
I think it's because they're just so extensive. It kind of ruined it for me. I was like, dog, that's so much. That is so. And see, literally, it's still and there's proof. I'm gonna edit it so you can't see her number, but there's proof. I changed her name in my phone to be her name from last week, and I'm just like, dog, it's just too much. But please tell the people who you are this week.
You're gonna love this
I'm
name.
not gonna love this one. Every time I just fear because I know I'm gonna have to edit the lower third, and it's gonna be some kind of crazy shenanigan mess. Eventually, we're gonna get to a point to where it's not gonna fit in the lower third, and I'm gonna have to get it to just scroll across the bottom like a news feed. That's what we're gonna have to do eventually. But please tell the
No,
people tell the people what your name is.
it's a great name. It's the best. It's my favorite name so
And
far.
I hate the fact that you adjusted your glasses and cleaned them while you're saying it, like it's a matter of fact.
It's the best name you're gonna have. You're gonna love this name. Like it's gonna be the top baby name of 2025.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna text you the spelling of it.
Oh no.
It's gonna be great. Are you? So my name is. Do you need me to say it again?
Yes. Say it again. Say it again.
Okay.
I just want the record to show. I need the record to show, and I also need this for the audio listeners. Um, that wasn't a mistake. Her lips moved. Nothing came out. Um, I know she's gonna send me a spelling of it later, and it's going to piss me off. It is going to. In fact, no. Don't even no. Don't wait until later. Text me the spelling of it right now. Text me the spelling of it right now on this podcast because I am
I
going
got
to.
you.
I am
And
going to.
just send it to me.
Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much.
That's how you spell it.
I hate it so much. Oh.
But you hear the pronunciation.
I hate it so much. I hate
You
it
gotta
so.
go up you gotta go up on the second syllable.
My foot gonna go upside your second syllable. Doggone it. What in the. Mm.
What do you mean, bro? That's the
The
best name
creators
so
of
far.
everything should have never given us free will.
I don't know what else you wanted from me. I just gave you the best name on earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-hostess with the mostest.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Oh, I hate it so bad. I really do. Well, please regale us. What are you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking on that good. No, it is like strawberry lime margarita mixed with like that Publix tropical punch.
Ooh, that do sound good. That sound real
It
good.
is.
That sound real good. That is real good. I this week am drinking on a dangerous concoction mixture of tequila, uh, not absinthe. I can't remember what the other one was. Tequila something. There was another one. There's another alcohol in here, and then Sprite. The Sprite. What Sprite is this? The chilled cherry lime, which arguably is one of my favorite Sprite flavors. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Interesting.
Ah, but before we get to our theme song and actually into today's episode proper, please remember always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, sometimes drink and text. And with that, let's get into today's episode. All right, so yeah, before we get into this episode proper, I want to take a moment for real because we both had a real good weekend. I saw that you went out, you had a time was had, as you said,
The time was
a
yeah.
time was had. My wife and I went out. Gabby and I, we went out. We went to a place in southern Georgia that, funny enough, I would have thought that it would have been a lot more popular, considering this is the thing that they do every year. Because we talked to one of the people that worked in the store. We went to a sunflower patch. It,
I saw
it
it's
literally,
cute.
it literally, dog. The videos and the pictures do not do justice to how big that sunflower field was. Like I'm talking,
Sunflowers are huge.
I ain't even talking about the flowers. I'm talking about like the field, just like the field of flowers. Like that shit was huge. Like
Mm.
it was deep back there. Oh my gosh, it was all the way out there. Then getting into it, yes, we were able to cut sunflowers and take them with us. The fucking sunflower, I had known that they could get big because I'd seen like pictures and videos of them. I'd known they could grow big. I didn't realize that big because even the ones that you can get from like the store are not that big. And so
Yeah.
literally, there's a video that Gabby had of me cutting is one of the last ones we cut, and literally I put it up next to my head. It is rounder, bigger round than my head, and like the side, like bigger than my face. Like the thing is huge.
Chisels.
And those things are kind of heavy. Like you would not expect them to be just from the looks of them. Those things are kind of heavy. Like I clipped the first one and like thankfully I was holding it because it just would have fell to the ground. Like I held it and it went. Whew, oh my gosh!
Sturdy.
Right. You can hit somebody with that, boy. You might actually give them a concussion. You hit somebody with one of them, take it, bow. Just good lord, them thing got some weight to them, some heft. Even the smaller one that we clipped ended up being kind of on the heavier side. Them things ain't no joke. Something funny we found out. So like I said, they do it every year. She told us that they plant them like late April, early May, and around this time is when they come into full bloom. And I was
Mm.
like, wow. And she herself, because normally the field is open to the public for like 2 weeks. People can come for 2 weeks, pay $5 a person, and you get full access to go out there. Because unless you live in that area, you wouldn't know where it is. So you literally have to stop by the store first, and then they'll give you the pin drop location to how to get to the actual field itself. Because the field isn't like right there behind the store. Like you have to drive. You have to drive like another 5 minutes to get to where the field is. And they tell us
Oh
like,
dang.
okay, once you get out here, once you get to the dirt road, then you go down the dirt road and go up, and you'll see like some small pecan trees. You can park under the pecan trees, and then you can go on out into the field. Like we did not even get more than maybe like 10 rows in. That's how like thick and big those sunflowers were. And on top of it, I'll be honest, neither of us fuck with bees, and there were a lot of bees out there. Granted, none of them were aggressive. I will say that none of them were aggressive. They were all they would get on the little sunflower, they would go away. One would come on a sunflower, they would leave away again. So they weren't aggressive. I will give it that. But we're both so cautious about being around bees because Gabby is allergic, or she had like I don't think it's like a severe allergy, but getting stung by one would not be good for her. And I'm not allergic. I have an aversion to being stung because, as I've mentioned on the podcast before, I'm a Southern country boy. Grew up in one of the ag capitals of the country. I have been stung by multiple bees, a couple wasps in my lifetime growing up. And I just, at this point, at my big grown age of 28 years old, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to get stung. If I can avoid it, I don't want to be stung by bees. So we did our best to be conscious of the bees, and we did not cut any flowers that a bee was on.
Good.
Anytime there was a flower with a bee on it, we left it alone. We would kind of like go off a couple rows and be like, okay, we'll just go to one over here then. That's fine. And so it was a fun time though. It was a real fun time.
That's good. We'd love to hear that.
Yes, same with you. Seems like y'all had a fun time too. A lot of booty shaking that I saw. A lot of
Listen,
booty
it
shaking,
was
and one of the booties that was being shook was not yours, and I'm a little disappointed in you.
the reasoning was I can't record myself.
Nah, you could have got somebody else to record you.
That's a thing. It was on one of the other people I was with. It was on their story.
Mm,
I couldn't have it on mine.
yes, you could have.
But
Yes, you
we
could have.
were celebrating like three people's birthdays.
Dang.
It was like two 21st birthdays
Mm,
and a 30th birthday all
wow.
together.
Wow. That was
Yeah, so like it was 21st, and then like as it struck midnight, the 30th birthday hit. So it was like, shit, let's keep it going.
okay. That's what's up.
I didn't get home till 5 a.m. the
Whew.
next day.
That does sound like a time was had. That sounds like a real fun time was
The
had.
time was had. I did not make it back to my actual house.
I mean, to be honest, that sounds like the best types of nights when you
I
can't even make it
got
back
to
to
where
your
I
own
was gonna
home.
lay down at 5 a.m.
Exactly. To be honest, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I feel like that's what I'm missing in my life now. Is like every maybe 6 months, just having a night like that, where it's like we go out, we get like crazy, we have several drinks, ass is thrown, dollar bills is thrown, and then we don't get back to the house until like 5:30 in the morning. Hell, we go to fucking Denny's or something because we done shut the shit down. Well, you don't like Waffle House, so I had to think of.
I do Waffle House.
What do you mean? No, it's the
I
Waffle House
do.
potatoes that you don't like.
Yeah, I literally just had Waffle House yesterday.
Okay, it's the Waffle House hash browns you don't mess with.
Yeah, I just don't like the hash browns.
Tragic.
I'm gonna tear up some Waffle House.
That's tragic. That is
I'd be
very.
down to have a while in night and then eat Waffle House drunk at 4 a.m.
See, that sounds like a fun time.
It does.
I ain't even gonna cap with you. I would be down to go to like we all leave and go to a club in Atlanta, shut the club down at like 2 or 3 in the morning, then go to a strip club, and then enjoy the strip club, and then shut the strip club down at like 6 in the morning, and then Uber to a Waffle House, and then Uber back to our hotel and sleep until like 7 o'clock the next night.
It's fair.
That sounds like a fun time.
It's tiring, but hey. It's something that could be done like once, twice a year.
Exactly. Shoot, you know what? We could do that as our couples trip. Like,
Whoa.
not, and I ain't even talking about Atlanta. Like, we can go to Jacksonville. I feel like we'd have, oh, oh, you know what? I would actually love to Uber to a beach and be on the beach at like 4 in the morning after having left the club. Like, that sounds like a fun time.
And just chilling on the beach, half drunk, staring at the waves, sky.
Exactly. Look, we get a
Yeah.
JBL, we get a JBL speaker.
Yeah.
Be out there drunk strolling.
Oh
Ah,
gosh. Somebody can drown.
nah, no getting in the water. No getting in the water. That would have to be a rule. We would have to make that a rule exclusively. Like no getting in the water. Like
If you
you
go on
can
the
get
beach,
your
you gotta at least go in.
yeah, like you can get your feet, but like no going past like ankle length.
That's fair.
Cause like, especially if we're all inebriated.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm
my
not gonna.
swimming skills, my swimming skills sober aren't the best. Like I can swim well enough to survive if I needed to, but I'm not long form. I'm not withstanding a long time. I get maybe like 3 minutes maximum of like straight swimming, and I'm out. I'm done. If I
Mine are non-existent, so I don't go that far anyway.
exactly like if I can't find my footing or find a safe edge within 3 minutes, it's over. I'm done.
All right, take me out.
Just go ahead and call the safety guard, the safeguard, the lifeguards, whoever they are.
Somebody.
Exactly. But that's good. I'm glad you had a good weekend, and I'm glad that one of these days our thing is gonna make it out the. One of these days our what you call it is gonna make it out of the just planning phase. We're gonna actually like we're actually gonna like get it.
Yeah, we're just gonna. Yes, we're gonna get it done.
Exactly. One of these days is it's not just gonna be plans and just like, oh, we could do this. Oh, we should do this. We're actually gonna put the plan in motion and we're gonna do it one of these days.
All right, calendars are gonna be synced.
Exactly. Ooh, yes. That's how you be responsible yet chaotic adults. We sync our calendars.
Exactly. So
Somebody
you know
send
what we can.
somebody send the calendar invite.
Listen,
Hey,
I love a good calendar.
you playing? Look, we set it up for real. We do a Thursday to Monday. We do a random Thursday to Monday in the middle of like June or July.
Shit, I can probably make that work.
Actually, nah. I would rather do it like later September, just because school done started back. Probably won't be as many travelers. So either like
True.
April, I would honestly want it to either be April or like September, just because it's like that's the best time because school is still in session, less visitors, less tourists. I know we're tourists too, but it would just work out
Right.
better. Like it, oh,
True.
kind of
True.
like
True. True.
that's kind of like why I want to go on like Virgin Voyage cruise exclusively because Virgin
Dude,
Voyage
I've been
cruise
seeing Virgin Voyage TikToks lately, and it's like
is so great.
I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on it one day.
Dude, we're gonna look.
Get
We're
on
gonna
it.
make that. There we go. We can make that our plan for like 2027.
Okay.
Because I've already told you, 2026. Gabby and I, like the whole year, we're only exclusively planning for our Christmas trip.
Fair.
So like 2027, we got it. I'm gonna say this
Yeah.
much though. I'm gonna say this much though. We probably not gonna be on the same floor. I'm gonna just say that right
That's
now.
fine.
We
We'll
probably
meet up on deck. We'll meet up for dinner and shit.
exactly
That's fine.
because all I'm gonna say is this much.
One excursion. That's it.
And I'm gonna say it like this, and this is the same reason. And I'm so happy that none of Gabby's family listens to this podcast because that's the reason why I say that like if we ever did a Virgin Voyages cruise with like her family, like her dad and like her cousins or
Yeah.
whatever, I'd be like, look, we can't have a room by each other because I don't want y'all to see what me and her get into. All of a sudden, y'all asking us over breakfast, who was that young lady that was going into y'all's room last night? Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Don't
about
ask
none
no
of that.
questions.
Don't be asking questions. Plus, I'm going to just say it. I don't think they want to hear Gabby getting her doonies beat in. I'm just saying.
ain't heard Doonies in a minute. Busting the Doonies down, bro.
Busting the Doonies down. And I don't think they want to hear that. So,
You don't want it. The
could,
neighbors finna know your name.
exactly, because now it's going to be awkward when we go to breakfast in the morning. We're all sitting there talking about so how'd you guys, how was your night?
Listen, listen. I'm about to say, me and my friends, we did a couples trip one time. It was for her birthday, but it was couples. We had a rule: if you hear something, shut up. No, you didn't. You didn't
That's
hear
go.
nothing.
That's literally gonna have to be the rule. That's gonna have to be the rule if we ever go with Gabby's
You heard
family.
it? Okay. Because if you hear it, like, oh, well, they doing it. Shit, let's go bluff.
Right.
We're about to make a noise complaint.
Literally, the neighbors gonna know my name. The captain gonna know my name because the complaint gonna go up.
They just gonna hear what they hear.
Exactly.
Stop listening so hard.
Plus, that's why we want to do an all-inclusive adults only. We all adults. We all know what we're here for.
Right. It's Virgin Voyages.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Look, it's Virgin Voyages, and I'm pretty sure nobody on the boat is actually a virgin.
No.
But it's gonna be a voyage had.
A voyage will be had.
But speaking of busting down Doonies and doing the nasty, we are going to be introducing what we have done before, Do or Drink, and it's the naughty edition. Special thanks and special shout outs to friend of the podcast, Rob, for giving it to us. We have it on loaner. He did say eventually he wants it back. I told him, of course, he will eventually get it back. But how this is going to work, we're going to pull 2 cards from the deck. I have the deck right here. I've already shuffled it. Hopefully, we'll be able to pull 2 questions that can be answered, that are answer or drink. If not, I'll pull again. We're going to pull right now 1 and 2. Alrighty. Let's see.
What we got?
Wow. I don't think we can do this one just because this one would also include having to bring in like our significant others.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
I don't think I'm gonna just put that one down for right now. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull this one. Nah, we're not doing that one either.
That kind of game I see.
Yeah, let's bring. Let's see. Oh yeah, no.
You're 0 and 3 right now, my guy.
I know.
0 and 3.
That one. This one would be funny if we were all in person. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This one that I just pulled would be hilarious. I want to pull. Man, so I'm now seeing and noticing that this is very much a you do this in person. We wouldn't be able to do this one either. Let's see.
Fun.
Aw. That's a challenge, but I don't think either of us would want to do this challenge. Want to know what it is?
What?
Make a Tinder account and swipe right on the first 10 people who show up. Do this, take 2 shots, or quit playing. Hello.
I'm glad with Chief.
It's hot.
Okay, thanks, babe.
It's a boat.
I got a bowl of jambalaya. Hot.
I had jambalaya last week.
Hot jambalaya, as my wife
We love
so
that.
lovingly just told me. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. I got 2 truth cards. There we go. Now we'll actually be able to... 2 truth cards. Now we'll actually be able to do it. Let's ride. Oh no! That one. Oh no! This first one. Everyone must reveal their 1 scared to admit sexual fetish. If someone else also likes this, you both share a toast.
Oh my.
I know. I know.
That's crazy.
I know. I know.
Imagine fucking clinking to a fucking scat king. It'd be crazy.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. We don't judge. We don't kink shame. But if I knew somebody with a scat fetish, they would not be allowed to
Oh
drink from any
no.
cups in my house.
You're not allowed to come to my house anymore. You're not allowed to come to my house. I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're not friends.
No, they can still come to my house. They can't.
You're not coming to my house.
They
No.
can't they can't drink from any of my cups no more.
No, you're not coming to my fucking house.
Oh man. All right, but go ahead. What's your one?
Hmm?
What's your one?
My one what?
Scared to admit sexual fetish.
Uh, mm, I I don't know.
Come on, I know you got something.
Not one you want to hear.
I come on. That's the
You
point.
don't.
That's the point. I do want to hear it because I'm sure it's
You
gonna be.
don't want to.
I
You
do.
don't want to hear because
I
you're gonna
do.
look at me. You're gonna judge
I
me,
won't. I
and I'm
won't.
gonna have
I
to ban
won't.
you from
Hands
my
up.
house.
Hands up. I promise I won't. Hands up. I
I'm
promise I
gonna
won't.
have to ban you from my house.
Nah. Come on.
Now? Do you class? Well, do you classify kinks as fetishes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if it's like something that you would regularly participate in if you could, then yes, I would consider that a fetish.
Mm, yeah.
I got one for mine, and I will admit I'm gonna have to explain mine a little bit. But you please go ahead.
I feel like you're gonna judge me. You're gonna make a face. You're like, bitch, what the fuck?
Nah,
If you judge me, you're banned. You can never come over here ever again.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
You'll never say here.
You are setting an impossibly high bar right now, ma'am.
Basically, it's not weird. It's just that I've never said it out loud. And it's just like,
Go
you know,
go 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 go.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, am I ready for to be judged by the internet
Ain't nobody gonna judge you.
for my sexual preferences?
Ain't nobody gonna judge you. Come on.
Fine.
Listen, listen. With all the stuff that we've had Rob tell us on this podcast, I feel like whatever you're about to say is still going to be underneath the bar for him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well then, come on now.
Fine. I have a breeding king.
Really?
It's
That's not even a judgment thing. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100.
essentially
I'm gonna be 100. I'm I'm with the shits. I get
yeah.
it. I get it. I do. I ain't even gonna count
Like,
with you. Hands up, I get it.
can't can't explain. I was like, hey man,
Especially like when you get the talk to go with it, like
it just flows right there together. You know
exactly. I'm just saying.
that little dash of risk, like you're seasoning it. Like
Come on now.
you
Come on.
laughing for?
Come on now. I look. Come on now.
And
Hey,
this,
look, hands up. Hey, ain't no judgment over here. Ain't no judgment.
I do what I'm supposed to do to keep it a king. But leave it at that.
I understand. I understand.
All right, we'll say
I,
your piece.
I'm out. No, I know you gonna judge me for this, cause I know you will. Just cause.
Just, what
So
is it?
so, it's Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is how
Okay.
I'll explain it.
Which
Huh?
which Harley Quinn?
So I mean, like somewhere in between the animated Batman animated series Harley Quinn with the like black and red or OG
Mm.
and the DC's Harley Quinn show Harley Quinn. Like somewhere in between there. That like
But not Suicide Birds of Prey Harley.
yes. Not that
Okay.
like the I don't know how to describe it because like the clown aesthetic, that's like if you put it in between those two versions of Harley, that clown aesthetic, I don't know what it is. I've seen it a couple times on my burners, and I'm just like,
Okay. Okay. I can kind of imagine where you kind of maybe dark clown esque.
exactly, yes, because
Okay.
I don't and like I'm. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like the big red nose, the poofy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah. I'm talking like the
Yeah.
like kind of like the dark clown and like it. You get where I'm going
Yeah.
with that.
I
So
get where you're going. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Okay. No judgment. No judgment. I see where you're going with it.
you
I
know.
see where you're going. Understandable. I see. I got you with that one. No judgment on it.
All right. So this next one. This is another truth. Anyone in the group that hasn't given or received Roadhead must drink.
That haven't.
Yes. That
Yeah, that
hasn't
shit is
given or
fucking.
received.
That shit is fucking dangerous. Hell no.
It is. It's very dangerous.
It's entirely too dangerous.
I'll be honest. Like, it's not for lack of offers that I haven't. It's just same thing like what you said. I in the back of my mind, as much as I'm like, shit, let's do it. I'm still just kind of like, that's really dangerous.
But what if you get really into it and you're gonna fucking crash?
Or even, God
That bitch gonna
forbid,
break her fucking jaw.
or even, God forbid, fucking GSP.
Right.
Cause I'll admit my windows ain't tinted like that. So if the sun is shining just right, you can see straight through my shit. So
Right. I'm not taking. I'm cool with risk. I'm not taking that risk.
right,
Not doing that. You can wait till you get to your destination.
100%. Or if you really on 10, pull over, find one of them damn strip malls, pull behind that shit. Y'all got it.
Alright. If you just want to throw caution to the wind, at least do it in like bumper to bumper traffic with tinted windows.
Right. Or even
Like
shit. Put that bitch in cruise control at like 50 miles an hour, stay in the first lane, and just chill.
fair.
Only reason I say that is because I heard it on a podcast. I don't even know.
Either way, make sure you got your windows not clear.
Right. Make sure them bitches is tinted.
Or you going to jail.
Or at the very least, you're getting a misdemeanor. I actually don't know. Is that considered a felony?
I don't think so.
Interesting. I might have to look that up. Either that or we get somebody. Either that or we get somebody who knows who's up on the laws of the state. Clearly, I'm not. But oh, you looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. While she's doing that, I'm reorganizing the cards.
Technically not a felony.
Oh.
Well, I gotta go to the state we're in.
But you know you would
It's not a felony.
But you know what they would do? They'd classify it.
It would fall under the category of reckless driving.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. They would classify it under something like that.
Which has like a penalty up to 12 months in jail, $1,000 fine, and 4 points on your license.
Woo.
Like, keep it. I don't want 4 points on my license.
Right. Like,
wait till we get home. I'm not doing that.
I don't need head that bad to risk 4 points on my license. That's gonna fuck up my insurance.
Right.
Shit.
But there's no specific law against it. Like, it's reckless driving is what that is. That's endangerment.
I couldn't imagine.
That's reckless.
I couldn't imagine talking to a judge talking about something. Your Honor, in my defense, she do a thing with her tongue on the tip. I couldn't resist. Like,
it could also fall under distracted driving or indecent exposure.
Exactly. Look, go back to that bumper to bumper traffic you were talking about.
You're going to jail.
You're going. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
You're going to fucking jail. Lock him up.
Locking them all the way up. Oh, man. But do or drink. Like I said, thank you to friend of the podcast, Rob. I like these cards very much. I'm pretty sure you got these off the TikTok shop. But, like, he got this as like a
I mean,
free
I
sample.
feel like you can find that like Spencer's too.
But like he got
I
this.
feel like I've seen that.
You can actually, you can, because I think they have like 3 different versions of this game in Spencer's.
Mm,
I ain't gonna cap. The next time we have a like hangout night, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this with us, and
bet.
we gonna do it in
They
person.
say you can find that shit in Walmart.
You know what? Yes, you can. You can, because I think they got all kind. They got Cards Against Humanity. They got all kinds of crazy shit in there.
Yeah.
Now that you say
Yep.
that. Now that you say that. But speaking of friend of the podcast, Rob, we're going to move into our next
They
section,
have
which
a version for online too.
really,
They have an online version.
I wonder how much it cost. Does it cost anything?
Hmm.
Does it cost anything?
The online version?
Yeah,
Let's see.
because we might be able to do that.
They-
Bust them out real quick. Look, look. All of us hop on a video call and bust that game out real quick.
Oh my. Oh, okay.
Maybe? Yes, no, maybe so. Ah. Also, while she's doing that, for those of you that saw, my wife
Yeah, you have
brought
to pay
me.
for the full version.
Oh, you have to pay for the. So it's kind of like online Cards Against Humanity and or online Uno.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, that's better off just buying an actual game in person.
Mm-mm-mm.
Shame.
Oh, excuse me. But speaking of friend of the podcast, Rob, as I was saying, we're going to move into our next section, which we do have sometimes, and we're going to try to do more of. But he himself has decided to bring this one to us, and I have not, and for full disclosure, I have not read this before. Like he gave me a full podcast of like a bunch of different stuff for the Lord have mercy. Um, Thank you, love. Because he has a PDF file that he sent me that is full of not just the 2 truths and a lie, but it was something else. It's some other stuff too, and we're gonna get into one of the other things that I just saw in a moment. But we're gonna do the 2 truths and a lie.
Mm.
Oh, God have mercy. I wrote and self-published a poetry book when I was 17 years old. I have been in sex clubs / parties in 3 countries and 5 states. I have walked across an airport runway just minutes before a 737 landed. I'm going to be 100 with you. I think the last one is the lie. Out of the first,
last one?
I think the last one is a lie, just because I know for a fact that the second one is probably the most true out of all of them.
But it could be the numbers that's wrong.
True, it very much could be the numbers that are wrong. But considering the fact that I know that he's been to multiple countries in his lifetime, I know for a fact that one's probably true.
Mm. What was the first one again?
I wrote and self-published a poetry book when I was 17 years old. And the only reason I will say, partially the reason why I know for a fact that, well, I won't say no for a fact. Partially why I think that one is also true is because we recently hung out and he was able to produce some poetry that he had from when he was 17. So I'm just like, the fact that you even managed to, dog, I can't even find stuff that I did last week. How did you manage to do that? Like, how did you manage to keep your poetry from when you were 17? Like, I could write a note to myself today and it'd be gone by tomorrow. Like, I wouldn't know where it is.
I'm gonna go with the second one just for the numbers.
You think the numbers are wrong. So you think he's been to multiple sex clubs. You just think the numbers of countries and states are wrong.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. I like that answer. I'm still gonna go with the airport runway. I think that one's gonna be the false one. Because what were you doing out there right before a 737 landed? What were you doing on the freaking tarmac? Were you out there getting head by one of the luggage ladies?
Who knows? Might be. Might be.
To be honest, that is absolutely something I could see him doing. I 100% could. Um, which one do you guys think is his lie? We got the three options again. I wrote and self-published a poetry book when I was 17 years old. I've been to sex clubs / parties in 3 countries, 5 states. I've walked across an airport runway just minutes before a 737 landed. I think it's number 3. Kristal thinks, not Kristal, thinks it is number 2. I hate that so bad. I really, really do. I'm gonna have to upload the video to freaking Spotify as well, just so that way people can see what we do when we say your name.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Most.
So this is something I wanted to bring up. Because this was something that we talked about on the podcast recently that Rob wanted us to circle back around and talk about. I don't know if you ever remember, we talked about doing the bourgeois suite, the bourgeois suite shoots. So like the sexy photos, the lingerie and everything. And how I talked about at one point I was thinking about like using my photography skills to do that.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember what you said about if you would ever do a bourgeois shoot. Would you?
Maybe.
I think you'd do a good bourgeois shoot. I think you would.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm confident for that.
I mean, I feel like, and maybe this is because I've been listening to too many of those like, I've been listening to maybe too many of the like positivity forward, positive no matter what forward type podcasts, which there's nothing wrong with it. I've been listening to a lot of them lately. I think the purpose of bourgeois shoots are for people who don't necessarily have the confidence. Because, bourgeois shoots and lingerie shoots are like 2 completely separate categories, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like the bourgeois are for the ones that are like, oh, well, I don't really know if I'm confident enough. Well, then you do the shoot to help give you some more confidence. That's my whole thing. The reason I bring this one back up, because in this PDF file, he responded to the question of ever do a bourgeois shoot. Yes. And I call it a doujois photo shoot. And here are the receipts.
Oh.
And he attached 2 photos. He attached 2 photos to the PDF. I will share them with you later. I'm not going to lie to you. 100%. As much as I am laughing, I 100% am like, hell yeah, bro. I fuck with it. Like, you know what? I fuck with it. You know? Hell yeah. Like, absolutely. I would do one of these too. Honestly. I strive to have the level of confidence. Like, that's one thing I ain't even gonna cap with you. Rob and his level of just like, fuck it, we ball in any given situation, that is the level I strive to have one day.
Everyone needs that level of confidence.
Dog, if everybody had Rob's level of like, fuck it, we ball, the world would be a much cooler place. I 100% believe that. Like, if we all had his level, oh yeah, the world would be a cool ass place.
We'd be vibing out here, bro.
Bro, we would be vibing all day, every day. There is other stuff on this PDF, but I want to save some of it. I want to save some of it, just for to have more content for other episodes. So with that,
Understandable.
so with that being said, we are going to move on into our last section of today's episode, which is entitled
Am I the asshole that's fed by Kristal?
I've given so much to friend of the podcast Rob. Still, again, thank you to friend of the podcast Rob for the theme song for this section
Anger.
of the episode. It is in fact a banger. But with that, I'm going to hand the reins over to Miss for the week.
Now, I had one in the chamber,
Okay.
but it's a doozy, and it take a minute,
Okay. Go
so I
for it.
might save it. I might save it though. When I say it's a doozy, it's a doozy.
Come on. Hit us with something good.
I don't know if you want this one, man. It's when I say she long, she long.
That's fine.
All right, here we go.
Bet.
Just strap in, bro. Just strap in.
I hit that seatbelt. I hit the seatbelt pose. Click, click, click. I'm in. Let's go.
Am I the asshole for refusing to marry my cousin?
Title so crazy, studio audience actually said something for the first time this episode. Shit!
That's just the title, bro. The title.
Shit! Are they in Alabama?
We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Oh, Lord have mercy. This has arranged marriage written all over it, and I don't like it.
Crazy. Let's get into it and find out what's going on with the peoples.
Bet. I will enjoy my hot
It says-
jambalaya as you do.
You do that. All right. It says now before everyone freaks out, I'm from Pakistan.
Okay.
Cousin marriage is very normal here, and I would say it's especially so in my family. Wiley. If possible, I would like to get advice from brown people because the white people solutions like cut them off and going no contact are not an option at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I, 22 female, was recently asked for my hand in marriage. My aunt, my father's sister, brought a marriage proposal for me from her youngest son, 25 male. My family was absolutely ecstatic about it. I, however, not so much. A little background is that I actually dated this particular cousin when I was like in 10th grade, about 14 years old. Not my greatest moment, but at the time my brother had recently gotten married to another cousin of ours. They had been dating for like 4 years or something. So I was being a delusional idiot who thought she could have something similar. My family does not know anything about it till this day because they're very, very conservative about stuff like that, especially when it comes to daughters. We obviously broke up because he was starting to act like my literal father. He would get mad at me for talking to boys. I went to a co ed school, would constantly ask to check my phone and for social media passwords. I had a lot of unsupervised access to internet from a young age and was a little too mature for my age. I immediately ended the relationship and distanced myself from him. But now he sent his mother with a formal marriage proposal. My father was obviously ready to agree the moment they came over, but thankfully he decided to ask me for my opinion before giving an answer back. I refused because that guy was literally my ex and had been kind of stalking me at family events and stuff since the breakup. Now I'm being guilt tripped, emotionally blackmailed, and literally threatened by my family for refusing. I'm so confused right now because I know that man will be an unbearable husband. He was a controlling boyfriend and he'd be worse as a husband. On top of that, my cousin is constantly messaging me and urging me to agree. He's making promises and whatnot. So I just want to know, am I the asshole? Should I give in and accept my fate because I literally cannot see way, any other way out of this?
I'm gonna be honest. I almost played Sweet Home Alabama, but then I was like, I don't want to get demonetized, so I'm not gonna do that. But hey yo, what the fuck? Um, um. Okay, so open mindedness here right now, taking it
Yeah.
as a completely different country, a completely different culture. Like she said, over there in that country, in their specifically in their area of said country, that is a normal thing. Even in their family, that is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Also, and I know she doesn't say it in the post. I didn't hear you read that part. Clearly, they're not like first. Whoa, wait, actually, yes, they are. They are first.
They are.
Oh boy,
Because it's her dad's sister.
it's her dad's
It's her
sister.
aunt.
It's her dad's sister.
So this is literally her first cousin.
Oh.
It's her aunt's son.
Okay, so again, taking off my American glasses of like how things are here, I still say no, considering the
Yes.
fact that she breaks it down very well, where she says like, my brother did it. I thought it was cool. I romanticized what my brother did. I thought I would have the same experience. He turned out to be completely different, and he really tried to like be an overbearing, overprotective, crazy boyfriend, which is why I cut it off. And here we are. I feel like if she were to explain it that way, I feel like at least her parents would back off. I feel like at least her parents would back off if she at least explained it that way. Where she's like, I dated him like 14 years ago when we were in middle school. He was controlling, psychotic, and I did not want to be with him. That's why I broke up with him in the first place. And also, kudos to the dad for like, hey, I want to accept, but hold on, let me ask my daughter, the one that's actually like gonna be getting married to this guy, what her opinion is on this.
You were saying?
Well, in addition to what Justin was saying, it sounds like, you know, I would imagine like any good parent, they would want their child to be happy. So I think if she just real, if she, as long as she's real with them, they hopefully will understand and not try to push her beyond the boundary that she's trying to set or wanting to set.
And that's the real point though. We don't know if the parents would be like, well, she said no, so no.
Or do we?
Is there an
Or
update?
I told you, man, we got a doozy here. Mini update. My parents have agreed to sit down and talk today after dinner. It's currently 3:40 in the morning here.
Woo.
I've also gotten in contact with the woman who used to teach me Quran when I was little. She's still a friend of my mother and often visits. I've asked her to come and talk with my mother and get her to see things from the Islamic perspective. Wish me luck, guys. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. I've also decided to talk with my cousin and try to explain to him why I don't want to marry him. Hopefully, he'll agree to refuse this marriage as well, but the chances are low because he's an asshole.
How you come here asking if how you come here asking if you the asshole and then end off saying that he the asshole?
He been an asshole.
True. Very much.
Oh,
I
wait.
agree.
There's more.
I ain't not Billy Mays. Rest
There's
in
more.
peace. Rest in peace, Billy Mays, man. I miss him.
Right, rest in peace, Billy Mays.
I miss him, dog. I miss him. I miss his infomercial. But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
I love it.
All right, let's see what's happening. So it's been a day or two since I had a talk with my parents, my cousin, and a religious scholar that taught me as a child. Please bear with me since my mind is still very much a mess.
All right.
First of all, let's start with the lady that taught me Islam as a child. She came over on the 5th. My father wasn't home, so she talked with my mother. Basically, that lady, bless her heart, went off on my mother. She was literally screaming about how wrong they were and whatnot. Actually cried seeing her defend my decision like that because she was the first person on my side. My mother looked very ashamed but was still defending her decision. Eventually, my mother asked the lady to leave. I was slapped for talking about family matters with strangers. Next comes my parents. My father came home in the evening and my mother immediately told him about my stunt. I was scolded, berated, and called every name in the book. I tried having a conversation with them, tried explaining my side, but it was all just useless. It was clear that their mind was made up. So, in a moment of pure anger and pain, I threatened to yeet myself if they tried forcing me further.
Mm.
Apparently, using their threats against them makes me the evil person. But thankfully, they've been sort of quiet since then and haven't really tried to talk to me about the marriage any longer. As for my cousin, I met with him yesterday. I called him and asked to meet with my internship hours as to not make suspicious. That asshole thought in his delusional little mind that I called to reconcile with him, as if I would look twice at that knockoff China version of a rat twice. As soon as I
Dang.
started, word for
Dang.
word, I want to say, as soon as I started talking and explaining why I didn't want to marry him, he got pissed. We were in the building's parking lot in his car, so he literally started driving. He literally started the car, locked the doors, and drove onto the highway so I couldn't get out. I got yelled at for being a bitch who didn't understand his feelings and didn't care for him. He literally threatened to force himself on me. Literally ruined my honor because I don't want to marry him. I'm so disgusted right now. I agreed with him for a few minutes so he'll drop me back off at the building. Thankfully, it worked. I haven't told anyone in my family about what he said, but I know instead of defending me, they'll ask why I was even in the car with him. I'm just so tired of all of this. I've started to actually want to follow through on my threat. I already know that my life will be hell if I end up getting married to him. He's crazy, absolutely psychotic. I don't know what else to do anymore.
All right, here's what you do. You get some cyanide. You fix him a plate. Make sure nobody else eats what's on his plate specifically. And then all your problems gonna go away. That's all I'm saying. What you do with the cyanide and fixing his plate is on you. But you get the cyanide, then you fix him a plate.
But I wonder what she did.
Do we know what she did?
You know what she did.
Let's
So
go! But wait, there's
update.
more!
Small update.
I love it.
So after reading all the comments on the previous update, I've decided to try to seek asylum in another country. I have a few friends in university that hold a European passport, so I'll probably reach out to them. Hopefully, it'll all go well. I've also decided to try to reason with my family one last time. I'm going to sit down and come clean about everything: the dating, the car ride, and the cousin's threats. I'm pretty sure this will just end up in me being berated, but at this point, I'm okay with that as long as the marriage is dropped. So, after reading all the comments, I've decided not to talk to my parents about the dating and stuff. I didn't realize how it could be used to further push me into the marriage. I guess I'm just too desperate to find a way out and haven't been thinking clearly. I'm going to figure out a way to get out of this country first and foremost. Once everything is set and I'm away from all of them, I'll tell them everything via message and cut them off. Thank you so much to everyone that took the time to give me some advice. It means a lot, especially since I don't have anyone to do that for me right now.
That's crazy. I like how, I will say, I like how she started by saying, don't give me none of that, cut him off and act like this, da 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 da. And then she ended up just being like, nah, I'm going to another country, I'm going to cut him off.
Or did she?
Oh my God.
I told you, man. Or did she?
It's like that one gospel song that keeps going. And we will praise him for the rest of the day. Yes. Do 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 boom 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 boom. And it just keeps going for like 25 more minutes.
But let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Second, this is a major update, she says.
Let's go.
I'm going to get straight to it. I got married.
Um,
Yup, to my cousin. So much for refusing and making plans and blah blah blah. Life is such a fucking bitch. I actually had a plan. I applied for this exchange student program. I was getting it for free on some scholarship, so fully paid off. All I had to cover was my plane ticket, which I was working on. Once in Europe, I was going to apply for asylum. All that went down the drain, and it was all because my father got into an accident. And I am now realizing just how stupid I am for actually being this naive. But basically, that accident was used to guilt trip me and make me marry my cousin. He looked so fucking smug on the nikah day, which I guess is wedding day, all grinning and giggling while I was literally bawling my eyes out. So today marks day one of my married life. Lucky me. Not only do I have to tolerate my cousin rubbing it in my face that he got me like I'm some fucking trophy, I also have to let him touch me, nothing sexual yet, and tolerate his presence. It doesn't help that he's still living with his family, so I have to tolerate them as well. On top of all this, I'm going to the northern areas like tomorrow for my supposed honeymoon. And I'm absolutely dreading it because we all know what a honeymoon means. I'd rather jump under a train than let that man touch me. So here's the update, guys. My cousin, or now husband, hasn't left me alone for even a minute since the nikah. I'm literally in the bathroom sitting on a freaking toilet as I write this. I absolutely hate my life. And now she's going to give a little update about what happened with the guilt tripping.
Right.
So basically, my father, he's diabetic and at a high risk for a heart attack. I was at university when this supposed accident happened. Apparently, he nearly tripped off some stairs and kind of had a scare. He was immediately complaining about chest pain and was taken to a hospital. The doctor said he had a mini heart attack or something. But I'm just now realizing how bullshit that story is. I was just so emotional at the time because I was very close to my father before all this shit. And I kind of agreed on the spot because he kept saying his last wish was for me to marry my cousin. Everyone around me was basically acting like he was dying, so I caved and said yes. Next thing I know, my father is being discharged in the evening and my nikah is set for 2 days later.
sounds plain to me.
It very much
Oh,
planned.
oh, they set her ass up.
All the way up.
They set her ass all the way up. Jesus Christ.
All the way.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sounds like emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
100%.
why stop here? Why stop here?
Oh, yay, more. Maybe she did. Look, maybe she did get the cyanide.
Maybe. Well, let's find out.
Let's
A tiny
go.
update. Because the only friends slash people I have to talk to now are strangers on Reddit. My life is absolute shit. Anyways, after reading the comments, I've decided to be an absolute bitch about this whole marriage. I will be making everyone's life miserable and going forward, especially my psycho cousin. I'm also leaving in a few hours for my honeymoon trip, so there's that. Let's just hope I'm unbearable enough for him to not touch me. Mm.
Stop playing with my heart. Go ahead. Hit me with the next one. Stop
All
playing with my
right,
heart.
so this is the final update
Oh no. Oh no.
from 4 days ago.
4 days. This is happening as we're talking.
4 days ago, because the story started, all that started like a month ago.
Dog.
So
All of this
27
happened
days
in a
ago, they
month.
started. 4 days ago was when this last update was posted.
Oh my gosh. Let's
He
go.
said, so this is the final update for now. Maybe I'll update somewhere in the future.
Hey man, I need to find
Let's
this
start.
Reddit post so I can like message her and be like, hey, I don't know
Look,
what. Like, look, maybe if you can at least get you a plane ticket to Atlanta I don't know where you gonna go, but I'll help you figure something out. We got a guest room in this bitch. I don't know if I fucking know. I'm not laughing. Please hold on before we move on. I need the audience to know I'm not laughing at oh my god because genuinely this situation is so horrible. Like
It's so crazy.
I could not imagine being at any part of this situation. But what I'm laughing at is just the honestly the sheer absurdity of it. Because like goodness gracious. I don't think I've actually heard a Reddit story this crazy.
Right.
And
I
and,
told you, man, it was a doozy.
and like I've heard like some disgusting Reddit stories. I don't think I've heard one like this crazy. And it's this recent too.
Oh, that's the kicker for me. It kept going.
Okay, but let's get on into the final update.
Let's find out what happened 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
Let's start with the honeymoon trip. We went to Skardu, which is northern Pakistan, and it went amazing, at least for me. He had rented out this small cabin for us. It had 2 bedrooms, a small kitchen, and a small living room. The spare bedroom was locked, and the one we were supposed to stay in was all decorated and shit. Apparently, he had one of his friends from that area have it decorated with roses, candles, and lights, basically trying to set the mood or whatever. The mood was in fact ruined very soon after. The moment I walked in, the very first thing I did was scream about having to share a bedroom with him. I ruined the decorations, threw out the candles, pulled down the lights, and then locked myself inside. He had to get the other bedroom unlocked and sleep there. The next day we went sightseeing and I would refuse to walk next to him or even sit in the passenger seat of the car he rented. I wouldn't take any pictures with him, would yell at him and wouldn't let him touch me at all. When we got back to the cabin, I locked myself inside again. The next day was exactly the same, except the part where I spent his money on ridiculous things. When we got back to the cabin, we had an argument. I called him every insult in the book, followed by throwing a vase at him and then locking myself in the bedroom again. I guess he complained to my parents because as I was getting ready to sleep, my father called. I did not pick up, so the entire night my phone was ringing with multiple calls from multiple family members, including his family. At one point, he even knocked on my door asking me to pick up my parents' call, but I refused. The next morning, while I was eating breakfast, my parents and his were on a group video call with him. He turned the phone towards me and they tried talking to me. I didn't reply at all and basically told them all to fuck off and that they were dead to me. In Urdu, of course, which is their language. What follows was a series of arguments and then eventually him having to cut the trip short. Since the day I have come back, all the elders in my family have been trying to get me to understand how unfair I'm being and blah blah blah. It's annoying, but I deal with it because I get to insult them as much as I want. Me and my cousin have also been sleeping in different bedrooms as of now because I threw cold water on him while he was sleeping. He hasn't tried to touch me again after the vase incident on the tree. His family has tried to lecture me, but they gave up after I insulted them and my dearest husband told them to leave me alone. I'm not talking to my parents or brothers. They're all blocked. My in-laws have stated to avoid me and my hubby dearest has given up on me. I guess the trophy isn't so appealing when it starts to refuse him. So that's it for now. This is the final update. I might post sometime in the future, but not sure. Thank you to all the people that helped me and gave me advice. I've looked into the NGOs and have reached out to a few. Maybe one day I'll finally manage to escape this hellhole.
We love when a story has a somewhat happy ending. That
Right.
that is
She taking the power back.
honestly
And
short of chopping his head off, whichever one it may be. You guys can be creative. I think that she is doing the best thing that she can with what she got.
Yep.
it reminds me of the tale of Sisyphus. You familiar with that?
The terrible what now?
The tale of Sisyphus,
I am not familiar.
the guy who pushes the boulder up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That is what that one.
One one of my clients has this saying, imagine Sisyphus heaven, meaning that, like her, he made a impossible situation more manageable.
Yeah.
She's stuck in a situation, so she feels stuck in a situation, so she did what she could to make it more manageable for her, just like Sisyphus, figuring out how he could make pushing up the boulder up the hill for eternity manageable.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, if I'm gonna be stuck miserable in this marriage, I'll make you miserable with me. We finna be
Absolutely.
miserable together,
Look, what they say, misery loves company.
and they finna be miserable together." Cause the pettiness of, you know what, it's the honeymoon. You thought you finna get some, I'm gonna give you some, all right.
Right.
I'm finna give you everything.
And you know
Finna
she
give you
was
a
gonna
whole.
and you know she was gonna keep rinsing and repeating until he gave up. You know she was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
keep doing it.
she wasn't letting them on nothing.
I love that for her.
That was. I was like, yo, I'm glad she did that.
Right.
Good on her. Now she told off everybody, and she like, hey, y'all put me in this situation. I'm here now, so
Right. I'm gonna
y'all
be
made me here. Now y'all stuck with me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You went to the right with this story. I thought things was finna go left. I thought she was finna be like, they beat me up. I was in the hospital. Now I'm just gonna do whatever they want. I thought literally one or two options. Either they were gonna like threaten to kill her and then put some hands on her, or she threatened to kill him and then put some hands on him. Like them was the only two options I really had that I was like, where could this go to end this story? And you gave me a third option that I had not even thought of.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
She-
I feel like that story is gonna end up on Best of Redditor updates one day. Like when she eventually comes back and tells us that she pushed her husband in front of a train and he died. Uh, I don't know why I don't know why I want him
Where I
dead.
found it at.
Jesus Christ! I don't know why I'm my suggestions are all just get him away from this mortal coil. Oh man, not really. I don't wish death upon anyone.
I don't either. But good gracious.
Right. Goodness gracious. I at least thought she was gonna stab him in the arm or something. Do something to get
Right.
herself.
Some type of bodily injury. The
Do.
worst she did was throw it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. At that point, I'd be like, you know what? Do you want to get a divorce? Is that would that make you happy? Because I'm not gonna
If
continue.
that
I'm not gonna continue to let you just be throwing bases at me.
that that's the end. She did what she did.
She did what she had
I
to do.
commend her. I commend her for playing the petty game.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yep.
wish her nothing but safety
Facts.
and happiness.
Oh, 100%. Safety,
I
happiness,
hope
and
we
all
find
the great stuff.
her and deliver, and she goes and lives her best life.
I hope we do get an update from her one day. She,
I will I will watch on that. See if we do get an update on her.
she. You know what? I hope she breaks away from him and decides to come to America. She'd have plenty of friends over here. Am I wrong?
You,
Am I wrong? Am I
you
wrong?
know,
She would make plenty of friends over here. I know she would.
love it for her.
Right. And on top of it, that's even further away than just going to Europe.
Yeah,
That's literally the other side of the country. So boom. The further away from him, the
child,
better.
you're good, sweets. Or just keep making his life miserable every day.
Right.
Just keep spending his money,
Keep spending
making
his
his life
money
miserable.
and making him miserable. Which is also why I know she would fit in great in America.
Just make his pockets hurt
See?
and his soul.
See? Exactly. Exactly. That was a great story. That was a great story. That was a 10-10 story with all the updates, all the drama. That I'm satisfied, man. Oh man. You know, if we could get stories like that, see, if we
He
had
said he wanted two. I was like, he need two. He can get this one doozy of a story. He don't need two.
there we go. I ain't gonna lie though. If we could get stories like if we could find like 5 stories like that, we would turn this podcast. If we could regularly find 5 stories that were that like extensive or was that like, not I won't even say that extensive, but like that had that much like nuance and like twists and turns and stuff that we could really discuss. If we could find like 5 of those, we would turn this podcast into just exclusively drinking alcohol and reading Reddit stories. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even
It's
gonna
hard to
lie.
find one.
Right.
It's hard to find one. It's a rare bird.
Right. Like, I don't see how certain podcasts, I'm going to call them out, like the Two Hot Takes, I don't see how they do this on a regular basis. Like, they have over 200 episodes where their entire, like, podcast is them just reading, like, Reddit stories and then giving their opinions on said Reddit stories. And I'm like, I don't know how y'all find, because some of these stories, I'm like, yeah, the title sounds interesting, but then you get into the story and it's just like, well, that one fell a little flat. That one was a little
They might
disappointing.
have people that do it for him.
I don't know. From the way that the host talks, she sounds like she does all the stories herself. Like she finds all of them herself. She's just like, I will say most of them come from either relationship advice, true off my chest, or AITAH, are the 3 like subreddit that are like frequent on her podcast.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
enough free advertising for them.
Right.
We are going to wrap things up here today. If you guys have enjoyed today's episode, please do us a favor. Sorry, this drink is kicking in. These 2 liquors that I put in here, they kicking. They starting to kick. If you've enjoyed today's episode, do us a favor. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all those lovely things to help us continue to grow. If you would also follow us on all of our socials at Drunk Text Pod, DRUNKTEXTPOD on all major social media platforms. You can follow me everywhere at YoungJB at underscore YoungJB at underscore YUNGJAYBEE. You can also find my alter ego Tunes on Facebook and Twitch. You can also find my other alter ego Jack Miles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Sweeper Jack, or at Jack Miles 1. Jack Miles 1 is on Instagram. Sweeper Jack is everything else. Yeah. Miss, where can the people find you? God, I hate that. I still hate it. I still hate it.
You find me everywhere at Kristal Deshan. KRISTALDESHANE.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm liking, I will admit, I was a little nervous about doing the every other week. And I know this is our first time skipping a week doing it. We're going to skip next week. Just come back the week of the 18th. Yes, the week of the 18th. And it's funny, I know that because that is also my birthday week. And then on top of that, that is also the week I'll be going back to therapy. I'll be having another therapy session. So that's why I remember what that week is. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see you all in the next episode. You have been an amazing audience. And thank you so much for listening to us on the Drunk Texting Podcast. Please remember that you are loved, that you are appreciated, and we are so happy that you joined us on this podcast. We will see you all in the next one. Love you, mean it. Bye-bye.
If you or a loved one is struggling with alcohol abuse, dial the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. The National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline provides information on alcohol and drug abuse, local treatment options, and support through hotline counselors who are there to help and speak with you about alcohol, drug, or family problems.